Hello everyone and welcome. Over the past few years, I've done a lot of car scanner reviews, and I'm always looking for better scanners to review, and I'm always listening to what you guys are looking for in a car scanner. So today, I bring you what I think is the best OBD2 scanner that I've reviewed so far. Now, some of you guys always find a way to ask for more features and functionality, but today, I think I have a scanner that meets all your most popular requests. This Ancel V6 Pro Plus is an updated version of the Ancel V6 Pro. And in a nutshell, this scanner has bidirectional controls, over 25 service reset functions built in, key programming, auto-vid scan, plus wireless vehicle connectivity, aside from all the usual OBD2 scanner functions. So if this sounds like a scanner that you would be interested in, stick around as I open up this puppy and test to see how it performs. But before we do that, if you enjoy watching honest tool and product reviews plus helpful DIY projects, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I produce another product review video or DIY video. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Here's a shot of the box for you. Let me open this puppy up and pull this unit out of here. Alright guys, so before we get into the scanner itself, let me just show you that when you pull it out of the box, this is what you get. The scanner comes all complete in a nice hard storage case, which is really convenient for keeping it in your shop nice and protected so it doesn't get damaged. Or if you're a service technician that goes out to the customer, this is very convenient to keep it all packed up in here. And it's a nice sturdy case, so everything's very well put away. And when you open it up, you see that you have the scanner over here, and I'm going to unpack it. You have the scanner here, you have everything over here, and it's divided by another hard divider. So it protects everything very, very conveniently right there. So you can see everything inside there. Let me pull it all out, and we'll keep going. Alright guys, so when you open this puppy up, this is everything you get. Now this is the Ancel V6 Pro Plus OBD2 vehicle scanner, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this unit retails for $619.99. But they do have a $100 discount coupon on their Amazon page, making it even cheaper than that. At around $500, this is a fantastic deal for this unit right here. So what do you get when you open up this puppy? Well, you get the scanner itself, you get the owner's manual that tells you everything about how to get this guy hooked up and started and how to use it, all that. I suggest you read through that. You get a power connector to power up this guy right here. You get a USB cable to be able to connect the scanner to the Bluetooth wireless connector right here. This is a dongle that you hook up this guy to your vehicle using the OBD2 cable, and then you can move around wirelessly because it transmits to the scanner. And you get two different types of connectors right there, a Euro connector and a North American connector that you adapt to this guy right here, so you can connect it pretty much anywhere you want to be. Now this guy comes with a 1-year warranty, and even more important than that, this guy comes with free lifetime updates and no subscription fee. So you buy this guy and you can keep using it for as long as you want. It keeps updating and giving you more new features as time goes by. So a lot of things that I tell you today are what it is at the making of this video, but they may add more features in the future, and you can get them for free because there's no subscription fee. Now the dimensions on this guy are fairly compact, fairly reasonable. You're looking at about 10 inches this way, 7 inches this way, and 1.5 inches in thickness. Now this is a full bidirectional control on active test, and that will vary by vehicle, but with this unit you can do full bidirectional controls on just about any vehicle out there depending on the vehicle ability. With this guy you get both wired and wireless connection. You can be up to 33 feet away from the vehicle and connect to it wirelessly, but for some reason if you have problems in your shop and Bluetooth doesn't work for you, you have interference, whatever the case may be, you can use the USB cable right here to connect this guy to this guy, and you can do it wired if you need to. So you always have a backup of using it wired if wireless doesn't work for you. But if it does, fantastic. That's even better. This guy has an 8-inch HD touchscreen with 800 by 1280 5 megapixel resolution. So it's a very clear, very easy to read and understand screen. This guy runs on a quad-core processor that's running the latest Android 10 operating system. And this guy comes with 32 gigabytes of memory storage. Now this unit is powered by an 8,000 milliamp rechargeable lithium-ion battery. This unit does come with over 25 reset functions already included. It comes with things like key programming, oil reset, ABS brake bleeding, EPB service, SAS, DPF, BMS reset, throttle reset, injection coding, headlight, transmission, AF settings, gear relearn, NOx reset, seat reset, stop-start reset, tire set, TPMS, urea, sunroof, and more. It also comes with a very important feature that a lot of you guys asked for, the IMMO Key Programming. You can add a new key programming, remove old keys, replace all your keys, read keys from IMMO memory, key cloning, etc. It also has auto-VIN and auto-scan functionality for quick identification of your vehicle so you can perform comprehensive scans on all available systems such as ABS, SRS, engine, transmission, emission, BCM, read and clear codes, live stream data, freeze frame, etc. It also comes with trouble code or DTC lookup function to help you quickly identify what the problem is and what it is that you're dealing with. This scanner works with over 85 US, European, Australian, and Asian car brands, up to about 100,000 car models out there if you put them all together. This scanner also works in 11 different languages that it has built into it, so regardless of where you are, you can use this guy, and you can use languages such as English, French, German, Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch, Polish, Swedish, Korean, Japanese, Russian, and Italian. So it covers pretty much everybody out there. So this scanner is really great for the professional technician or the DIY enthusiast that wants to have full diagnostic control over their vehicle. It can save you thousands of dollars over the life of your vehicle by not having to pay a dealer or a shop to diagnose your problem, program your keys, or reset functions in your vehicle. Not to mention, one cool thing about this guy is that it is forward compatible. So since it's always getting updates and the updates are free, you can keep using this guy with any vehicle you get in the future. Very, very useful feature right there. All right, so let's get this guy hooked up. Let me program it and let's get started testing it on the vehicle. All right, guys, before we get started, let's take a little closer look at this unit so you can see what we're actually dealing with. Now, let me say that, first of all, this is a full-blown tablet right here. It's not just an OBD2 scanner. It's a tablet that can also be an OBD2 scanner. With this guy, you can go on the internet, you can do computer searches, you can do all sorts of stuff. You can set up invoices, you can print out invoices, you can do everything. If you're a professional, you can use this guy pretty much to do everything in your shop in relation to dealing with a customer. It has all the settings here for diagnosing, but you can pull up the menu there and you can go to the home screen and you can pull up a lot of different things in the app itself. Whatever apps you decide to use, you can add more into it to help you as far as creating invoices or stuff like that. And then you can always go back to doing diagnosing, all that kind of good stuff. So it is a multi-purpose machine. That's why it has plenty of memory to it. And you can expand the memory if you want to as well. Like right up here at the top, there is a slot for a TF card. You can add a bigger TF card and add more memory to it if it comes in necessary and you need it for your purposes. There you have right there your regular USB connector, the power port to power this guy up, the power button for on and off. Over here under this little tab right here, you open it up and you have an HDMI port and a USB-C connector if you happen to need that. So you can hook it up in a couple of different ways with a USB connector, so that's very convenient. On the back, this guy also has a very convenient stand right here, so you can pull it out and stand it up. If you want to stand it up somewhere, you see right there, it works very nice. As that way, you just stand it up right there, and you don't need to worry about always having to hold it. So that comes in very, very handy. It also has a camera built into it. You see the light right there and the camera lens right there. So that can be very, very handy if, as a technician, you want to be able to document damage on a vehicle or show pictures to a customer telling them exactly what's going on with the vehicle and what repairs need to be done, give a visual representation, whatever it is that you're discussing. As a DIYer, if you want to take a picture and share it on the web with friends or other people that maybe can help you diagnose a problem. So very, very convenient to be able to do all that stuff with this little guy right here. And like I said, it has a lot of expandability. You can add more to it and do a lot more things with it to make it more convenient for you. So as a regular tablet, it has a lot of features that you can play with in there, not just the OBD2 scanning part. So I have this hooked up to my vehicle right now with the Bluetooth dongle that comes with it. Let me get the vehicle set up and then we'll get going and do some more testing on this. And I'm going to turn on the lights so we don't have all this glare to deal with. All right, so I turned on the lights so we don't have such a big glare problem. So let's take a look at this guy and see all the different things that it can do. And if you've used any kind of a vehicle scanner like this before, it's very, very easy to use and you're somewhat already familiar with what it can do. This is going to be a little different system that Ancel created, but I'm sure you can get used to it very, very quickly. And you have your diagnostic right there, your hot functions, quick support, DTC query, settings for, how to set it up as far as measurements and all that kind of stuff goes. Feedback, if you have any kind of problem, you can let them know. Data management, that's basically if you have invoices and stuff like that, you can take care of that. Updates, and this does do all the updates through Wi-Fi, so you don't even need to hook this up to your computer or anything. It does it all remotely. Once you get this guy hooked up to your Wi-Fi network, you're good to go. You're loose. You can do anything. From right here on my bench top, I can do any updates that I want. And if you go into updates, it tells you very quickly all the updates that are required. And there aren't that many required. Actually, this one came very, very well updated to the latest of almost everything. Whenever I've had to do one of these scanner reviews, I generally have to do a ton of updates before I can start using it. This one, like you saw, is pretty much 89% updated. Some of the other ones are only like 30, 40, 50% when I've received them. So this one is pretty much to the latest of everything on here. But you'll see right there, it'll say new, etc. All the different things that need to be updated. Of course, I'm not going to update everything on here, so it's still going to show updates sometime in the future because I have no need to clutter up the memory on vehicles that I don't even own. I don't own the Land Rover. I don't own the Fuso. I don't need to bother with that, so I'm certainly not going to update those. But if you're a technician and you do this for a living, you're obviously going to want to update everything to 100%. So that's definitely important for you right there if you use it for your work. Data manager, like I said, invoices, all that kind of good stuff right there. Hot service, let's look at these guys, and these are all the different reset services that you can do for your vehicle. One very important one right there, key resets. You can do all that kind of good stuff right with this unit right there. And let's see some of the other ones right there. All sorts of different things right here. And TPMS, another very convenient one on almost every vehicle out there. And on some vehicles, you also have to do the battery reset. That's very important, becoming an issue nowadays that a lot of vehicles are adding that in. Not like the old days where you just swapped out the batteries and that was it. You were good to go. A lot of vehicles now, you have to tell them, hey, I put a new battery in. You have to relearn and recalibrate to that battery. But as far as the keys right here, let's take a look at that. And that'll give you an idea of what vehicle brands are supported as far as doing new keys. And these are the European ones right there. And you can see all the vehicles that it can do. Let's go to American. You can see all the vehicles right there that you can do new keys for American. Asian vehicles, you can see all those guys right there. So if you have an Asian vehicle, you should be able to do that. Chinese vehicles and Australian vehicles. So there you go. Asian vehicles right there. Let's see, Toyota, one of the most common ones right there. You can do the immobilizer or you can do the remote control manual setting right there. You can go into a lot of stuff with that right there. And you can do for all sorts of stuff. Acura, let's do that. Well, I don't have an Acura right now, so obviously I can't do that. So that's no good to me right there because I don't have one of those. So it's thinking I have to have this hooked up already, which I'm not doing that vehicle. I'm just showing you guys what it can do. So that's not one of the things that I'm going to be doing at this point right now. But there's a lot of different things you can do right there for your particular vehicle. So those are the hot resets right there. Now, basically everything else is just normal stuff. Now, the DTC query right there, if you have a trouble code and you want to find out what it is, one of the cool things about this one is that it has a trouble code library already built in. A lot of the scanners that I've reviewed in the past, generally the trouble codes, you have to put in what the number is, the P0, whatever it is, and then it will go out to the internet and find it for you and find the problem and tell you what to do. This one, it has a complete library. It's all right there. You can just scroll down and find the trouble code that you're having, and it'll tell you exactly what the trouble code means. And you can see it is a big list. I mean, it just keeps going and going. So you have an entire library built into your scanner right there of all the different trouble codes, without even having to go out to the web to look for it. So that's very convenient right there, very advanced. So let's do a little bit of diagnosing with the vehicle that I have right now and see what we have and see what we can see. So right now I have it with my 09 Mustang. Let's see what it does. And what I'm going to do, I can do the auto bin right there. You can also diagnose, hot function, all that, do it all yourself. You can scroll through it and do whatever you want. No, let's not do that. And you can do it all yourself, do whatever you want. But I'm going to hit the auto bin and let it do it by itself. You can manually input it or you can auto detect. And there you go. It detected the vehicle all right there. So we can either do an auto scan, hot functions, or vehicle manual select. Let's do an auto scan and see what that does. Let me turn on the ignition. I'll be right back. Since I'm not in the vehicle, I have to go turn it on. All right, so the vehicle is on behind me, about 10 feet away from me, and I do have the garage door open, so don't worry, I'm not going to suffocate myself in here. Obviously, safety comes first. So the ignition is on. Let's turn that on, and let's hope that you can hear me without the droning of the vehicle in the background. And let's see, we can go into the diagnose. Let's do a diagnosing auto scan. Let's do an auto scan. And there should be nothing wrong with this vehicle. And there you go. It checked all the different modules in the vehicle and everything comes back green. Everything is A-OK. And this is obviously going to vary from vehicle to vehicle. Some will have more, some will have less. Every vehicle is going to be completely different. Some will take longer, some will be quicker. It all depends on your vehicle. So let's take a look at some of this stuff. So obviously all these things are correct. If you wanted to go into it, just clicking on it won't do anything because everything is fine. So you need to go back and do diagnosing. Now, as far as diagnosing, then we have to select what we want to look at to get a closer look. Let's go with the powertrain unit. Now, as far as active test, let's see if I can do some active test with this vehicle or not. Not every vehicle will have that available. Just because the scanner can do it doesn't mean that the vehicle can do it. So let's see, let's find something that you guys can hear going on in the background or something. None of these different things you'll be able to notice except, let's say, the fan high speed. Let's try that. And it's not supported on this vehicle. See, the scanner would do it, but the vehicle doesn't have the corresponding response to it. So the vehicle just won't do it. So I can't do it on this vehicle. Fan low speed, obviously probably about the same, exactly. So I can't do it on that vehicle. None of the other things that are on here, basically spark advance and shift solenoid, all these different things, torque converter, whatever it does, if it does work, you won't be able to tell, so I can't really demonstrate it for you. So there's nothing on here that I can adjust to be able to demonstrate it for you on this particular vehicle. So I'll obviously have to do an active test on a different vehicle. So let's do something else that I can actually show you. Let's do data list. So we go through the different data list and let's see different things on here. Brake on, off, obviously on something like this. If I put that off, it's off right now. So I'm going to go onto the vehicle and show you basically, I'll click the brake on and off and that should change right there. There you go. So that gave you a reading of what was going on with the brake. Let's try something different. And you can see camshaft positioning sensor, all that kind of stuff. Engine coolant temperature, let's see that. And that's pretty much consistent. The vehicle's just got started up right now, so there's not much you can see. And you can do graphing on each one of these things, which is very convenient. One of the cool things about this, you can see the graph right under whatever it is that you're reading. So let's go back. Let's do something different. Let's do like fuel trim or something like that, which is easier to show. Let's see, fuel level, fuel rail pressure. Let's try that. Let's look at these guys right here and see what they show us. And you see right there, that gives you a numeric representation of what's going on in KPA and VA and so forth over there. And then you can also graph each one right underneath it and you can have a very nice graph for each one, and you can scroll up and down and see what each one is doing in a very detailed graph. You can always merge all these, as you can see right there. You can merge them all together, but I think this gives you a much better representation. You can see much more clearly. This is a very good, accurate graph right there. Here, I'll merge them for you. Let me click on them. There we go. And if we merge them, then you see everything going on right there. It may be useful for some functions, but on this one, it's not giving you a very good representation because it's too spread out. But you can always go back and see a much clearer graphing doing it this way. So this, I think, is a much better way to do it. And you can always move up and down the page very conveniently and see exactly what the changes are as you go. So let's see, let me go give it some gas and so forth, and we'll see how the graph changes. There you go. So you got to see how the graph changes when I give the vehicle more or less gas, etc. And like I said, if you're scanning this, you can check everything right here. And you can also record things. If you're having a problem, you want to check it later, you can record it and do it that way, and you can generate a report. So very convenient to give you all sorts of information like that. So you can do that for pretty much just about anything on here and give you very clear information about whatever it is that you need to read. It has a lot of good, useful info right here. And like I said, right now I can't show you on this vehicle a lot of things visually, but I will show you a little bit later on a different vehicle. Alright guys, so here we are on my bench again, and I hooked this scanner up to my Toyota RAV4. So let's get this guy started, and hopefully I can show you some active tests with this vehicle, because this one has more active tests available than my Mustang does. So let's check this guy out. Let's go with the auto VIN again. Let's do an auto scan. And let's do a quick diagnosis before we do anything else. And that way you get to see how it does this thing. Let's do a quick test. And there should be nothing wrong with this vehicle. And as you can see, like I said, I am on my bench right now. The vehicle is parked like 10 feet away from me in the garage, and I don't have to be next to it. I don't have to do anything. That's the beauty of having a wireless system. All right, there you go. So this one has a lot more different things in the body itself, in the vehicle, than my Mustang does. This one has a lot more modules to communicate with. But everything is fine. No problems whatsoever. Let's back up out of here. All right, so let's see. Let's talk to the body right here and see what we can do. And let's do some active testing. Talk to the main body. And let's do some active tests. And let's see, what can we do here? Let's try the vehicle horn. That's something that you guys can hear even from over here. So let's see, there's many different things to go through. Let's try the panic function, since that will activate the horn and you can see what it does. So let's do the panic function. That would be like if you were to hit the panic button on your remote. And let's do that right here. And you can see basically you have on off, and you should hear the horn right now. You see, I turned the horn on and off. So there you go. That shows you that this scanner can do active tests. And there's a lot of other active tests that I could go through on here. But a lot of them may be visible to you, may not be. This is easy because you can hear it from far away. Other things I would have to be setting up the camera so you can see whether the lights go on or this, that, or the other. Many different things. So there you have a real quick demonstration for you. All right, guys, there you have it. A review and demonstration of the Ancel V6 Pro Plus OBD2 vehicle scanner. I think this is a fantastic OBD2 scanner. It has a ton of functionality built in. It does all your normal OBD2 scanner functions. It has also 25 service resets. It can program new keys. It's fully wireless and have lifetime free updates. What more can you ask for? Oh, and did I mention that it does it all at a fantastic price? A snap-on tool like this would cost thousands of dollars and probably wouldn't do half of what this Ancel scanner can do. I think even the most demanding technician or DIY enthusiast can agree that this is a great scanner. Check out their Amazon page for complete details. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.